Good morning, students. I am here to present the demonstration of the project Student Information System, which I have created using Python and MySQL connectivity. I start the demonstration and I expect that everyone among you will be good listener and you will view this project very carefully. This is the source code of the project. As you can see on the screen, I have first of all taken the database school. This I have already created in my laptop. Uh, when I got successfully connected with my database, I created one table with the name StuData. This table StuData is under the database school, and these are the fields that I have taken for my table: roll number, serial name, class, father name, mobile number, and fees. And accordingly, I have taken the data types. Now you can see I have made this execute command as a comment. Why I made it comment? In the initial stage, when I created my table for the first time, I execute this command and my table got created. But after my table got created, when I performed the further operations, it was giving the error table already exists. So this error might can come in your project also. So after your table got created, you make your create table command as comment, so that the error should not get repeated that the table name exists. To avoid this problem, after creating your table, you can make your table command as comment, right? Okay. So here you can see I have taken the functions, different functions for different operations. For inserting record, I take the function insert rec. For display, I made the function display record. For searching, search record. For updation, I take the function update records. And for deletion, I have created delete record function. And this is my main program. The execution will start from the main segment. This is the title of my project. You also have to give the title first. When the run window is implemented, first of all, the name of project should be displayed the way I have displayed it in front of you. Right? This is the first initial stage. Your title of the project should get displayed at the first time. Now I start the demonstration quickly. I have created the menu, insert record, display record, and search, update, delete. I have set the numbers also, and I have taken the variable answer whose value is y lowercase or y uppercase. Accordingly, you can input either y in lower, either y in upper. I input the choice, you can see here, choice, and I assign this value to the variable ch in Python. If your choice is having value 1, that means you want to invoke insert record function. Alternatively, if your value is 2, that means you want to invoke display function. If your value is 3, you want to invoke search function. If your value is 4, you want to invoke update record function. If your value is 5, you want to invoke delete record function, right? And if you are giving any other number, the message will come, sorry, you have entered the wrong choice, input your choice again. Clear? So you can input your choice, accordingly it will run. And if you don't want to run the project, then when it will ask the question want to run again, you can press any alphabet key except Y. Then it will come out of the project. I give the first choice, insert record. When I give the value 1, I will proceed upwards as I have given call to the insert record function. Now in the insert record function, you can see I have created the connection object with the name con, right? I have created the cursor object with the name C. Cursor object is essentially required for running all the MySQL operations. I have taken a variable ch with the value y. Till my ch has value y, the while loop will keep on running. I input the values of the fields from the table. I input all the values from the keyboard. Right? I created my SQL query of inserting record, insert into table names to data, values, and these are the placeholders. 6 fields are there, so 6 placeholders are there. These placeholders will get replaced by the values that you have inputted over here. All these values that you have inputted, these placeholders will get replaced by those values correspondingly. Now these values I have taken in bracket, I have created a tuple, because in Python with MySQL, whenever you run the records, they are shown in the form of tuple. I created the tuple and I assigned the tuple to a variable v. V is representing my tuple. Then I execute the command by passing the MySQL query and the tuple variable as a parameter. After executing, I use the commit function by using the connection object. Commit function is used so that whatever changes you are making, the changes get accepted by the database. Now, when you insert one record, this row count variable, which is the inbuilt variable, which is used with the cursor object, it will get automatically incremented by 1. Every time you insert record, it will get incremented by 1. Then after that, to make it more user friendly, it is asking from the user whether you want to insert another record. You say yes, I want to insert the record. If your value is y, again the fields will be inputted by the user. If your value is n or any alphabet except y, it won't accept any other record. I show you the working of this. I have taken option 1. I want to enter roll number 3. Name Akhil, or I change the name, let the name be Chetan. Class 9th. Father name Deepak. 10-digit mobile number. You can take 10-digit mobile number. 2242628 and one more digit. Fees I am taking 25,000. My one record has been inserted. Do you want to enter more records? No, I don't want to enter more record. Do you want to run the menu again? Yes, I want to run the menu again. I want to see the records. I enter the value 2. My all records get displayed over here. My all records get displayed over here. You can see here. All the records get displayed over here. And this is the newly inputted record. Right? You want to run again? No. So thanks for accessing my project. I come out of this window. Now in the second function, display record, I am displaying the records. Whatever records are inputted in your table, I am displaying those records. I created a simple SQL query, select star from table name. As in MySQL, whenever you want to view all the records of the table, you pass this statement, you pass this query. Same query I created and I assign the query to the variable and I pass this variable as a parameter in the execute function. Now a complete result set has been returned by the MySQL, but I want to assess the records one by one. Right? It is up to the user how he want to assess the records from the result set which has been returned by the MySQL. So I am using the first function fetch all. Fetch all function means you want to access all the records. Use this function with the help of the object and assign the records in a variable. I have taken REC, you can take any variable. Now using the for loop, one by one access all the records and display all the records. You can see here the first index I have given to roll number. At the second index I want name. At the third index I want class. At the fourth index I want father name. At the fifth index I want mobile number. And at the sixth index I want fees. Right? So in this format you can display your record. I show you the display once again. See. Now, moving to the third function, search record. Here you want to search for any student, whether the record for a student exists or not. You want to search for this student, that whether the record exists for the student or not. For this, you input the roll number of that student whose record you want to search. Right? I have taken the roll number and I assign the roll number to variable Rn. Now this Rn will contain the roll number of that child whose record you want to search. I create the SQL query, select star from table name where roll number equal to placeholder. This placeholder will get replaced by this Rn. Now create tuple of this variable. Now here I want to tell you one thing. If I didn't put any comma over here, so here I will be having now if I don't put comma over here, so what will happen? This is a simple variable, this is not a tuple. This is a simple variable, this is not a tuple. Right? So after putting the comma, it has become a tuple. If in your tuple there is only one single value, you have to put the comma in order to make it a tuple. Now I assign this tuple to variable value and I pass these two parameters in the execute function, right? And accordingly I fetch all the records, but the required record will get displayed only that record which will satisfy my condition, and my condition is that the roll number that I have inputted should match the roll number placeholder. Now here you can see this variable found. I have taken the value true. True means when record is found, the variable get the value true, that your record is found successfully. But if your record doesn't exist, initially I have taken this variable with the false value. Suppose you are searching for record which is not existing in your table, then a message should come, record doesn't exist. Your project should be very flexible in displaying the messages properly. I just show you over here. I want to search for roll number 3. The record is there, Chetan record, and it get displayed. Now again I want to search. This time I want to search for roll number 7. 7 record doesn't exist. So message is coming, record doesn't exist. Right? I hope up till here I am thoroughly clear to you people. So if my found variable is false, throughout the assessing of the records, my found variable is false. That means record doesn't exist. Found will be true only and only when the desired record matches. Now updating of record. Updation means making modification in the existing record. I have taken few fields onto which updation can be done. You want to change only the class of student, you want to change only the mobile number, you want to change only the fees, you want to change all the details, or you don't want to make any changes. It may happen you want to change only the class but not other fields. So accordingly I have made the cases that whichever change you want to make, accordingly that change will run. Now in the first option, input your choice which change you want to make. Accordingly I am inputting the value. If my value is 1, that means I want to change the class. I input the new class. Suppose the previous class is 10th. Now you want to update the class 11th. So you will input 11 over here, right? Then I created the SQL query, and in the SQL query I have taken the command update table name, set the field that you want to make change. The field that you want to change, that field, put a placeholder over here where roll number equal to %s. Here one placeholder is here, second placeholder is here. Which placeholder will work when? I show you. I have taken the new class in CL. I have taken the desired roll number as R. I told you here R the roll number that you want to make change. Make both of them as tuple. The first variable that you input here will take the first placeholder. The second parameter that you pass in the tuple will take the second placeholder, right? Now create the execute function and put your SQL query and your tuple as a parameter. Commit means you have done the change, you are going to make the change, and the change should get saved in the database, in the table. For that, update function is very important. Whenever you are performing the insertion, updation or deletion, commit has to be done. Now the message will come, class of roll number, this roll number updated successfully. I show you. I want to fourth option, enter the desired. First of all I show you the, okay, I just entered roll number 3. Roll number 3 was Chetan, whose class was 9th. Now I want to make the class 8th. Enter your choice. I give the choice 1. Enter new class. I give the class 8th. Class of roll number 3 updated successfully. Do you want to run more update? No, I don't want to run any more update. Do you want to run again? Yes, I want to run again. Display the records. See here, Chetan record. Class get updated. Earlier class was 9th. Now the class is 8th. So successfully you have updated the class of the desired roll number. Now in the second case, you can change the mobile number. You can change the mobile number. Only the difference is, earlier you have taken the field class after the set keyword. Here you will take the field mobile number after the set keyword. Input the new mobile number. Whatever mobile number you want to change, input the new mobile number. Assign the new mobile number to a variable and make a tuple of newly inputted mobile number and the roll number. Assign to a variable data to create the SQL query by execute function, commit, and your mobile number get updated. Similar change for the fees. similar change for the fees. You can input the new fees, set the fees with the new placeholder value, right, and pass both the values as a tuple, and later pass your tuple as a parameter in the execute function. In the fourth case, you want to make all the changes together. Class also, mobile number also, fees also. In the earlier cases, separate changes were done. In this case, all the changes done collectively. So you input all the three new values. Now see here, one new thing will come. After the set keyword, whichever field you want to make change, write those fields separated by comma. Write those fields separated by comma. And create the tuple in this way. CL will take the first placeholder, mobile will take the second placeholder, fees F will take the third placeholder, and roll number will take the fourth placeholder. This is how the pattern matches. You can update more than one field at the same time by separating the fields by comma in one update command only, right? Now in the last case, suppose you don't want to make any change. You want to keep the record as it is, so you just pass the query, select star from table name by roll number this, no change you want. You want no change, right? So accordingly you display the record. Here I want to tell you one thing. In the update function, you are using the fetch one. You are using fetch one. Now in the fetch one, you can access only one record. Now whatever record you are fetching, whatever one record you are fetching, you are to assign the field names to the Python variables. Whenever you want to fetch one record, whenever you, just wait, just give me 1 minute. Now, so I was telling you people that in the fetch one you can access one record, and you have assigned the table fields to the Python variables. But here you have to do the typecasting. Python variables take in string value. If you want to pass integer value, you have to convert your value into integer. Whatever data type of the field in the table is, correspondingly you have to set that data type and then assign the value to the Python variable, right? And finally print all your variables, right? This has to be done only when you are fetching a single record. Now in the delete section, I want to delete the record. So I created delete record function. Here also I have taken three options. You want to delete any one particular record. You want to delete all the records. You don't want to delete any record. Earlier you were having the idea that I want to delete that record, but later on you drop the idea. So you can opt the third option. Now if you want to delete the record, you input that roll number which you want to delete. You input that roll number which you want to delete. Create a tuple of that roll number assigned to a variable data. Now I created the SQL query delete from table name where roll number equal to %s. I execute the function by passing the query and the tuple, and I connect. so that my required change get feeded in the database. I run this. Fifth option, delete. Here you have three options: to delete one particular record, to delete all the records, no record to be deleted. I want to delete one record. I choose the first option. Which roll number you want to delete? I want to delete roll number 4. Roll number 4 got deleted. A message has come. Now I want to check whether roll number 4 has got deleted or not. I want to run my menu again. I choose the display option. In the display section, see now carefully. Roll number 1 is there. Roll number 2 is there. Roll number 5, 6 and 3. Roll number 4 got deleted. I am not able to view the record 4. So successfully my roll number 4 record has been deleted. Right? Now in the second case, if you want to delete all the records, so you pass the simple query, delete from table name. Whenever you give this command, delete from table name, it means you want to delete all the records from the table. In the first query, I have deleted one particular record. I have set the condition here. On the basis of roll number, I want to delete. Here it is the normal query. Delete from table name means delete all the records. And in the third case, if you don't want to delete any record, you set this option. No change will be there. All records will remain as they are. This is the menu program, main function, and these are the segments. Now quickly I just browse over the whole project so that you can carefully observe the formatting, how the functions have been taken, what are the commands I have used. I have taken only 6 fields. Do not depend only on 6 fields. You have to take number of fields and relevant fields, like you can take mother name, address, city, Aadhaar number, marks, right? All these fields, date of birth of a student, email ID of a student. Don't just restrict yourself to 5 or 6 fields. You are going to make a board project, so take as many fields as possible. Right? This is a demonstration I have made. You can make so many changes in your project, like you can calculate result of a student, you can input marks in 3 or 4 subjects, you can find total, or you can create a separate table for result, and you can join that table with the first table using joins. Right? I hope I have made myself very clear to you people. Go through this project, go through this demonstration. If you find any difficulty, if you have any query, you can contact me anytime. Right?